What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy quickie. What's up, guys? Daily fantasy quickie before the holidays, before the Christmas episodes. I am your host JJT with Komish. It's another day with some surprise, not really surprising at this point. I think everything's a bit normal. And Komish, of course, is with us. And I was already thinking, because there are a lot of group chats wherein, everyone's complaining about COVID, trying to get some new settings changed because of the situation, maybe add some moves and whatnot. And it got me thinking, there are worse things that could happen. Komish told me he has a team wherein he only has 4 active players, and one of them got a postponed game.
Yes. Actually, I was wrong. It's 5. I also own Montreal Sarel in that league. So, well.
And that game is postponed again as well. Their game is postponed.
Is it?
I think.
Their game was postponed, but I'm not sure if their game will be postponed again. But I don't care at this point. There's no sense in looking at it. I mean, just play who I can play. But don't stop monitoring. Don't stop monitoring because you don't know how badly hit your opponent is.
Yeah.
You can look, but during the week, new players get to COVID, and it's not your player. You don't care. But what if it's your opponent's players? So then it gives you more chances. So don't stop monitoring both of your teams, your team and your opponent's teams. So,
and like you said, this can also give opportunities, especially for those who are at the bottom of the standings and maybe they're not as badly hit. This can give you a chance to move up a bit in the ranks. There's always someone who got it worse than you.
Unless your team is down to one player, there's always.
No, this is worse. I'll tell you what's worse, and I posted it in one of in the post that I shared a while ago. I have a team. The top player that's injured is Clint Capella. Right, and I have a few more. That's a top player injured, and I have 3 more, but they're pretty much waiver finds like Kleber, Nasser Little. So pretty much that's it. So I should feel good, right?
Yeah.
I'm down 1-8
because your opponent is healthy.
No, he's not as healthy as mine. I'm just saying it's worse than getting all these COVID stuff and losing. I mean, I have pretty much everyone healthy, so that means that could just mean that team is probably not really that good.
To be honest, though, it depends on your league size. If you're in a 12-team league, for me, if you just stream properly in a 12-team league, you can withstand injuries. Of course, if you only have 4 players left, that's different. But if you have, let's say, 4 injured players, you have 2 ILs, you're carrying 2 injured players. There is a way. There's a way for you to compete in 12-team leagues. But in deeper leagues, it's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah. And that's a deep league, the one I was talking to you about, me being down 1-8. But it's I'm just trying to keep it light and trying to say, there are worse scenarios than getting most of your players in COVID. One is being healthy and still being down or losing. It's close though. That in that league, it's pretty close. So I'm still hoping.
And I'll just add, this year going forward, COVID will be one of the factors or criteria when you're gonna evaluate trades. In what sense? This is what I'm thinking, and you can agree or not agree with me. Nikola Vucevic, for instance, for let's say Domantas Sabonis, just an example. Vucevic already got COVID. Sabonis, as far as I know, hasn't gotten COVID yet, right?
Yeah.
So for me, Vucevic gets a boost in that sense because he should be safe already for a few months, right? Or at least for the season. That's what I'm thinking. That's just what I'm thinking. So if you're gonna trade those players, I give Vucevic a boost in that sense. I don't know. Do you agree that that's a factor?
Yeah, but 10 days is not a big factor, I guess.
No. I mean, my point is when this is done, when this is over with, let's say, I mean, 25%.
I get your
right?
point, but the thing is, for me, if let's say Sabonis gets COVID, he's out probably 10 days. Let's say without symptoms. I don't think that's a big boost.
That's
It's
big,
a slight
man.
boost.
10 days. What if it happens in the playoffs or when it's crunch time, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it happened, but yeah, well,
My point is, if I got this because like Joao, one of our listeners, just said, it's it's just seasonal. When you're hit right now, just think that in the next few weeks you'll be okay, and then those who are not hit will get hit because to be honest, with how contagious this variant is, yes, it's mild but it's contagious, so it's more or less almost everybody will get it.
Yeah.
I mean, in the NBA,
I mean, with the way they are, of course, they're playing without mask on, and it's really unavoidable at this point. And maybe some players would have better antibodies that are more resilient, that they won't be able to catch it as fast as others. But it seems like it's inevitable that everyone will probably get it.
More or less. Maybe not 100%, but a high percentage.
There could be some players who could get it, but they didn't know that they had it already because...
Well, that won't happen again. That won't happen because they're going to test every day already. So that won't happen. So from now on, we will know if a player tests positive. And the first person today that tests positive was Luka Doncic. And yes, he's out with an ankle injury, but he was working out just yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was high-fiving fans and everybody else and whatever. And you see the problems the NBA has. How are you gonna stop it? You're never gonna stop it. Someone who's healthy enough to be working out, doing drills already, getting ready to return probably for the Christmas Day game with his ankle issue, then turns out he's positive. How long has he been positive? Who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Who
knows?
We have another list here of players getting into COVID. Of course, Luka is one. We didn't really mention about OG. We never really felt that, OG was going to... We never talked about him when Toronto got most of the injured players.
Yeah, because he wasn't part of it. We just thought we forgot him. We thought of Chris Boucher.
Yeah,
but maybe we're just advanced. We have a sixth sense that OG will get.
But I guess it was also a good thing we didn't talk about him because it was useless to talk about him because the following day he got COVID already, so he got positive. Yeah. So Cade Cunningham and Kevin Huerter. I'm not sure. Toronto might have a few more games postponed here because they pretty much got everyone at the same time or very close to one another, similar to how the Brooklyn Nets got it.
I would think they would have games postponed. So I would caution against streaming players in Toronto. Like, Boucher is not a streamer. Maybe Svi, Utah. Because like Brooklyn, if you added maybe Blake Griffin, Nick Claxton, David Duke, Patty Mills is not a streamer, but those players, you basically lost the week because they haven't played at all. And I don't even know if they can play on Christmas Day against the Lakers. So you might not have any Brooklyn game this week. So that looks like the situation of Toronto also. Everybody is in. everybody's in. Almost everybody.
Yeah, so yeah, we just stay away from streaming any players from those teams, even if they have teams.
Yes.
For okay, so let's talk about Dallas. Well, Luka hasn't been playing, did not play, so you pretty much know who is the player that would have more value there. Jalen Brunson, of course, would be the biggest beneficiary.
Yeah.
Luka being out. Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith could be one.
Mm-hmm.
Another beneficiary. The rest, not much really. Not much value there.
Yeah. They did sign Brandon Knight. I don't know if he's gonna get minutes. I'm not sure. I kind of remember Trey Burke having some issue or anything.
I think Trey Burke is in COVID protocol already.
I'm not too sure, but yeah, I kind of remember that he has something. But yeah, they signed Brandon Knight. Maybe it's good to talk about these replacement players. Who's the best ad? Because like Lance Stephenson, ISO Joe Johnson, now Brandon Knight, and then Isaiah Thomas. Who among these players do you own, and who do you think is the best fantasy option right now among all of those so far?
The known ones, because there are a lot of
No, I mean just the veterans. Let's
yeah,
talk
the old
veterans.
timers.
Brandon Knight. Brandon, I mean Isaiah Thomas, Brandon Knight, I say Joe Johnson, Lance Stephenson, Emmanuel Mudiay. Okay, let's put Mudiay there also. Are these guys? Have you streamed any of these guys?
No, personally, no. I stay away from
Okay.
anyone who got a 10-day contract. Just because somehow you still want to, especially if you have a team that has some holes in it, you still look for those that you want to see perform and maybe be that diamond in the rough wherein they can play longer term later on. So no, I don't stream, but any of those. But I would think Joe Johnson would have a little value. Isaiah Thomas has shown the Lakers has shown they're willing to play Isaiah Thomas, so maybe Isaiah Thomas would have some value for the next 7, 8, 6 days, right? So yeah, I think those two. The others, I doubt it.
Actually, for me, Joe Johnson, I don't see the value in Joe Johnson only because he's in Boston and Boston is not as badly hit. I really don't know why they signed Joe Johnson. I really feel Adam Silver is telling these teams to sign these players so people's attention would move away from these COVID things and they would reminisce the past. Because I mean, there's who's injured in Boston. I mean, Schroeder is back, Smart is there,
True.
Jalen is back,
True.
Horford and Josh Richardson. But I mean, they're not depleted. So I don't know
How
what
did
Joe
Joe
Johnson is
Johnson
doing
do?
there. 2 points, I think. I'm not. He just played garbage minutes because, for one, Jaylen Brown and Tatum will get most of the minutes.
Right. So
there.
I'll change that. No Joe Johnson because I thought he played some minutes and it didn't come to me that Boston is
but
not as
for
badly
me,
depleted. But yeah,
for me,
Isaiah Thomas.
Lance Stephenson today, 8 rebound, 5 assists. There's Lance Stephenson fans among our
Wait,
listeners.
who signed Lance Stephenson?
Atlanta, and well, Atlanta is depleted. I mean, Werther is out, so
True.
they're starting Skylar Mays and Dylan Wright, and then Cam Reddish with Bogdan off the bench. There's Sharif Cooper, who's also a rookie, and then it's Lance Stephenson. And I think Lance could get minutes. I just don't want you guys to stream him or think he's gonna be any good. But
he
8
could
rebounds,
be,
5 assists.
He could be the coach's favorite, right?
He is. He's Nate McMillan was his coach in Indiana.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah, but don't expect scoring. He will not score. But like one of you mentioned, I didn't remember your name. You mentioned in the comment that he had 8 rebounds and 5 assists, and that's good. And I said, yeah, that's good. That's something, right? So
yeah,
yes. So maybe if you don't need scoring, he could be an option.
Yeah. So there, Atlanta is depleted because Werther also got into COVID protocol, and so they have Trey out. You know, Clint Capella out. Who else is out? Danilo Gallinari is out. Yeah,
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams is out. So there. So let's talk about, other than the replacement players, maybe, of course, Cam Reddish. I'm glad I streamed Cam Reddish
You
for
did?
this in other leagues. In a couple of leagues, I did.
Great job. Great job for
So
Jerry.
one is a 12-team league, so it's not a deep league. It's not
30.
So-
What points today? 36 or 34 points.
Yeah. I was surprised as well. But he also had 42 minutes, so I think that was
As I wrote, it's like heaven for him. It's like there's no Trey, there's no Capella, there's no okay, I can shoot shoot all I want.
Yeah.
This is perfect. We know someone who's like that. We have a friend, in Tagalog is like Buakaw, or someone who just wants to shoot. And that person, whenever we go to a
Do
tournament.
I know this?
Yeah, you know him. He's one of our batchmates. When
Is this guy famous?
Yeah, he's famous. So let's not mention his
Do we
name.
do we ask people to subscribe to him?
Yes. But
You've had him here on the show
yes, we have
twice.
had him twice. And you can see it when the star player of our team is out or not gonna play that day, he's gonna be more motivated, and you can see the happiness in his eyes. Although we're friends, all of us are friends. Of course, we want everybody to play, but of course,
he knows it. He knows it.
He knows
how we see him and how we.
Yes, I feel Cam Reddish is in the same situation right now. Like seeing, okay, no Trey. Okay, get well soon, Trey. But, okay, Huerter is there. Oh, no Huerter. Okay.
My time.
Okay, it's my time. No Huerter, no Trey. Okay, Lou and Danilo Gallinari, they're good use. Okay, there's no one. This is just perfect for him. For him. And I see him in some waiver wires.
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure right now he won't be there, considering that they have another game tomorrow. But yeah, he.
Of course, tomorrow he's gonna be in COVID.
Yes, I was about to say. But be cautious. Tomorrow might be a different day wherein he gets into COVID protocol.
He might.
Yeah, he might, and
he might.
You guys are asking about Gorgui Dieng or Onyeka Okongwu. Yeah, we got it right in the sense that Kamish got it right in the sense that Gorgui Dieng started, but it was still a timeshare for both of them. And I don't think Okongwu will get lots of minutes because he just came back from an injury as well. So
he's officially in minutes restriction. He's officially in minutes restriction. So that's tough. But I don't know. They didn't say what minute restriction he has. But he played, I think, 20 minutes today, something like that. So I think
he at
that
least
might
salvage his stat line with I think 8-7 and 3 blocks, right? So, but he got 3 fouls in the first quarter, I think. I
find it tough to really pick up Okongwu because of the foul trouble, the less minutes, and the need for blocks for his value to really, be there. Because without the blocks, he can't score. He doesn't do the others as much. So I changed from Okongwu to Dieng. I think Dieng, although he had a so-so game today, he still probably has a better chance to rack up stats, I think. Mm-hmm. So I might go for Dieng. But low end, both of them are low end.
Yeah, you might just want maybe DeMarcus Cousins, who also have a game tomorrow.
Yes.
He is starting, and he should be, fine unless he gets into COVID protocol. I mean, all of these bye players pretty much are COVID health and safety protocol candidates. We probably won't call them bye players anymore, but the candidates for health and safety protocols tomorrow, Cam Reddish, Eric Bledsoe. Well, Eric Bledsoe won't have a game until the 27th here in Manila. So,
but if you have an extra roster spot, you can pick him up. I think among those replacement players, Bledsoe is probably one of the better ones. Of course, did we talk about Reggie Jackson? I think we didn't mention Reggie Jackson.
Not yet.
Yeah, I didn't mention it also in my article.
It's there.
Oh, it's there. Okay, Reggie Jackson is also out. So Eric Bledsoe for me, probably among the replacements has better chance to produce. Better
Yeah.
chance to produce. So you have to pick him. But yeah, Jeremy's correct. The schedule is not perfect. But if you're winning this week, you can hold on to him. Next week would be good. Next week would be good for him.
You have to check out some of your schedules simply because there won't be some of these teams won't have a game until the 27th, which is what, a Monday? No, not even. I think that's a
27,
Tuesday.
27
Monday.
is the Monday, the last day of the week.
Yeah.
Last game of the week.
Yeah, so
last
that
game
means
day.
although there won't be a game on the 25th Manila time, so yeah. So just be wary of these players.
Actually, if you have one move left, because you're not daily today, you cannot stream for tomorrow anymore. Tomorrow is a full slate. The day after is the no game day.
So you can
the
add
day
them
after,
already.
And then it's the last 2 days already of the week, Sunday and Monday. There's no back-to-backs on Sunday and Monday. So there's no sense of, okay, he has a game on Monday but doesn't have. Everyone has only one more game, either Sunday or Monday. So you can add Bledsoe actually if you want.
Eric Bledsoe, Shaddai Osman is another. Well, we've been talking about Shaddai Osman, Jordan Noah.
I want to talk about Tacko Fall.
Yeah, Tacko Fall started. He started, right?
Yeah, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks.
Yeah, for the Cavs. So should be a better ad than maybe Dieng or Okongwu. I mean, probably Robin Lopez is a better ad, but yeah, than any of those guys. So
okay, we have officially reached the low point of the season. Is Tacko Fall a better ad than Gorgui Dieng? Some words that I never imagined Jeremy Tan will ask me in our daily quickie ever. But okay, I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. But yeah, I guess. I mean, there's nobody else in Cleveland, and Dieng actually is not only just time sharing with Okongwu. They don't get the whole 48 minutes even.
Yeah, because
Atlanta gives Collins the center position. So I may go with Tacko Fall there.
All right. So yeah, that's the biggest take for today.
Tacko Fall over.
That's our biggest buy suggestion for today. Tacko Fall over Dieng and Okongwu.
Heard it first. Heard it here first.
Yeah. Who else? Dylan Wright could be, a sneaky one if he gets some minutes. He is another fantasy favorite amongst analysts because of his vast skill set.
Actually, he has the minutes. He had 38 minutes today. And 9.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Do you like that? If you like that, then that would probably be his stat set. Regardless, because 38 minutes already, and that's his stat set. I don't know. Is that okay for you?
I mean, for someone who's a replacement, that should be okay. I mean, some of the other guys you're holding on to might not be doing this. I mean, if you're still holding on to players like Tybull or whoever, right?
Well, in fairness to Tybull, Danny Green is out, so
there's another chance. But Tybull is in a defensive slump. I mean, the numbers aren't there. So, yeah. So so those are the buy players. We'll check out all of those in our Facebook page. But I guess other than COVID, a few injury news. Alex Caruso would be out 7 to 10 days, and then would be evaluated after 10 days. But the biggest news, I guess, is Derrick Rose. I mean, not really the biggest, but Derrick Rose, just because of the implications it will have on Kemba Walker. I mean, Kemba came from, starting to being out of the rotation to getting back into the starting lineup, playing a good game. And now it looks like it could be a longer term, he could have longer term value because Derrick Rose would be out.
Yeah. For me, as long he has played 2 great games. 21 points the other game. I just didn't mention it, but before that, the 29-point game. It's not going to be good for Tibbs to, just bench him when the players get healthy because he's playing well. He has no reason to. So for me, Kemba would have a value until he plays well, and until as long as he plays well. Yeah. But Obi Toppin is out of protocols already. RJ Barrett supposedly is also close to being out of protocols. So when RJ Barrett gets out, it's gonna be Burks, Fournier, Barrett again. Remember, Tibbs doesn't want to play Kemba off the bench. That's what he said. But right now, he doesn't have any other bench point guard. So he has to either put Burks on the bench or put Kemba and play Kemba. But when Quickly comes back, then that's a different matter. We'll have to see if, hopefully Kemba is still playing well by that time. But once Kemba slumps, like he gets 6 points, 8 points, then he's gonna be benched again.
Yeah,
so there.
Monitor that situation and don't get too attached to Kemba. I guess that's another thing. If you are holding on to Kemba, don't get too attached. And then the other side of it is that monitor the situation and see what happens when the rest of the players come back. Yeah. So what else? Feel good worry players. Bogdan Bogdanovic. We talked about the Hawks. Bogdan Bogdanovic returned. Did not play well still. I personally give him a little more leash, I guess, coming back from an injury. I mean, a little leeway coming back from injury. But yeah, worried.
A little, but yeah, as you said, he just came back from injury. But he's been practicing for a while, so I did have higher expectations. But someone commented he's a second half player, so yeah, probably. He probably is a slow starter. Hopefully, the next few games we'll see him play better. For me, I'm worried because Atlanta, when healthy, they're very deep. It's just for me, his opportunities aren't as great or as much this year. They have Reddish, they have everybody else.
He can easily be replaced.
Yes, so he has to really play good. Yeah, he has to really be hot and play well for his value to be there. So a little worried.
Yeah. Will Barton, after a good start, has been struggling as well. But are you also worried about Will Barton? He has all the opportunities without, Michael Porter Jr. You see him, getting on into this long slump.
Yeah, that has been how he was before, and there are moments where he really can't hit the basket, and it's tough holding him when he's this cold because he doesn't get steals, he doesn't get other stats as like a Norman Powell maybe. But I'm not that worried because there's nobody else in the Denver. They're not gonna bench him. They're not gonna play him 20 minutes. They're not gonna play him 20. Well, today they played him less, but it was a blowout. They played all the starters. They benched all the starters. I don't think they're gonna do that. So I think he's gonna get the chances to bounce back. So not as worried, but still irritating, of course.
Yeah. And Marcus Smart, another worry player. Jalen played well today.
Yeah.
So keeping my fingers crossed that Jalen's back. But that affects, of course, the value of Marcus Smart.
And Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder. But like you said, he is kind of on the trading block for Boston. But Marcus Smart, because Marcus Smart can be a top 70 player, top 80, top 60 even at his peak, I guess. Do you see him still getting that value given that Jalen's back?
No. When they're healthy, no, he will not be near that value.
Still top 100 though.
Yes. I think he will just make it to the top 100. Like if Jalen and Tatum are back, let's put it this way: Marcus Smart is a career 40% shooter, or maybe even less, something like that. And if he just gets 7 attempts, that would be what, 2 or 3 makes a game. So
Yeah.
that would put him around 6 or 7 or 8 points, and then 3 rebounds and maybe 4 assists. So again, it will boil down to the steals. If you get 7 steals, so then I'm fine with it. But that's not consistent. So yeah, worried with Smart. Worried with Smart.
Plus, they also have Al Horford now who can facilitate as a center.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
um, he that means lesser chances for Smart to really facilitate some plays or run some offense within a game. So yeah, but I have just one Smart, not really my favorite player, but not really one of my I don't really draft Marcus Smart, but I drafted him at what 90 plus, so I think I'll take that. But yeah, he has had some good games. He's had some surprisingly good games this year. So, and I'm surprised that he was what top 60 early on,
Well,
and
that's because Jalen has not been healthy.
yeah. So uh, let's see. Hopefully, he gets it going a bit on the defensive end, and that's where his value is usually lies. Let's talk about some feel good. Shea had a triple double. Um,
Mm,
so
yeah.
yeah, we're back to talking about Shea. SGA here. Always the question is he has been good. He has been good. Uh, but again, should you also be
Lately,
worried?
lately he has been good, and
Yeah.
he's top 40, close to top 40 already. But today, I really like how he played. I got to watch some parts of the game. He was basically, driving at will with,
Mm-hmm.
all he can do the floater. He didn't have a 3 pointer today, if you notice. No 3 pointers today. All his shots were drive, floaters,
Yeah.
drive, pass. So he was really controlling the whole game, and that was impressive for me. They were against Denver, so that's not a bad team. So that was really impressive to me how he was able to control the pace of the whole game. And I want to see more of this from SGA, because this is the SGA that I think can be top 30.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it is there every game. I just don't think that it is there every game. Aside from the possible tanking risk, of course, but it's not been consistently there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll take it. I have one SGA stock, so trying to trade him, but
Hmm,
um,
maybe now is the best time to
I
trade.
attempted to trade him for Jimmy Butler, but the manager really wanted Jimmy Butler, even despite him having lots of already injured players in his team.
Oh, that's a
And
good deal. That's a good deal. That's a good offer.
yeah,
Good
but
offer.
he declined it immediately because he said he just likes Jimmy Butler as a player. So maybe one of those things that yeah. So I'm trying to see what deals I can still get for Shea. Um,
I have some like Devin Booker, maybe.
mhm.
I think the
They're
rankings
pretty
are very
similar,
similar.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But the triple double now might sway the manager towards SGA. So Chris Middleton, uh, he's not been that hot lately.
Hmm.
Even Drew, although Drew is hot, so maybe not Drew. So maybe those
Yeah.
players.
Yeah. Well, true. But again, maybe yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try to see what I can get for uh SGA. Like I said, it's also hard to trade him because of those tanking worries. Uh,
Halliburton, both are
yeah,
hot.
but Halliburton's really hot, and yeah, there are a lot of Halliburton fans as well. I mean,
Yep,
fantasy wise.
yep.
So yeah, let's see what I can get. But those are good ideas that I might try in the coming days. All right, Ed. Also, another player quietly uh, going about his business is John Collins, and now he gets a boost with all these players out for Atlanta. So John Collins last year was drafted a little too high, I guess,
Yes.
um, for some for the way he played, and he that's why he disappointed. He's like the Nurkic 2.0 last year, although the difference is Collins somehow got better as the season went along. Unlike Nurkic, who was drafted second round and then just stagnated at the 50s range, I guess, or the 60s. But John Collins, quietly going about his business, and he has been better this year. I mean, the blocks have been there. He's been, what we expected last year, he's doing it this year.
Yes, in a nutshell. In a nutshell, that's basically what he's been doing.
And he was drafted later than what his average draft position was last year. So that's good value already from for managers who got John Collins.
Actually, one thing about John Collins, if you're in Roto, he's really good. 56% field goal, 43 points, 80% free throw, and then only 1.1 turnovers, and complete stats. Nothing. He doesn't average 30 and 15, 30 and 10. He doesn't have a bonus like stats like 17 rebounds and 11 assists. He doesn't have those games. But look carefully. He has no holes in his game. No holes. Give me one category that he's hurting you. None. None. He's not hurting you anywhere. So that's why, this is a tip for Roto players. Collins is the ultimate Roto guy. But in head-to-head, he's been also good. He's been also good this year.
Yeah. I mean, in head-to-head, though, a lot of this boils down to where you got him. And I think that's probably another difference between the Roto and the head-to-head matches, right? Where you got him in head-to-head, if it's too high, some numbers might not fly with you, like because he doesn't give you the wow numbers, but he's good. He won't hurt you in field goal. He won't hurt you in turnovers. Now he does some blocks. How many blocks does he average per game?
1.2 blocks.
I mean, that's solid already. I mean, last year he wasn't really most of the complaints last year was him not blocking shots. This year, he's getting there. Even with Capella playing well as well, right?
Yes. So, you're right. In head-to-head, he's averaging 17.6 points this year. Actually, similar to last year's numbers. He's actually similar to last year's number. But in head-to-head, 17 points, you would say, doesn't make a dent as much. Like, it's hard to build around him in a sense. Like 17.6 points, 8 rebounds. I mean, those are good, but it's not Capella, like 14 rebounds, 13 rebounds, right? So you won't feel it as much.
In head-to-head, those numbers, like Capella numbers, are really what managers drool for, because, you can single-handedly, dominate or be competitive already in one category if one of your players rebounds the way Gobert does rebounding, or Capella does rebounding, or maybe the way Jared Vanderbilt does rebounding. I mean, these are not the things that John Collins does. But so the reason why he's been drafted lower than some of these guys. But although I think this year he's been drafted a little higher than, let's say, Capella, but still, I think the good thing was he was drafted lower than he was last year, because last year was quite a disappointment for some of the managers of John Collins. Yeah, but really solid. And now he gets more boost with no players in Atlanta. So, and let's see if he doesn't get into COVID protocol tomorrow.
Okay,
that's the biggest question mark of everyone we talk about today, especially those that played and those that can still play in the next few games. Yeah, and I guess that's it for our Daily Fantasy Quickie today before we do some of our Christmas quickies. Nothing special on the Christmas quickies, but as always, we'll see you again tomorrow, guys. And tomorrow, and then no quickie on the 25th.
25th,
and then we'll be back on the 26th for regular program. All right. Happy holidays, everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.